So this is the University of Liberia Solar Oasis Student Utility Park that is being developed by Xity Engineering Solutions. So we started this work a few months back. There are a lot of doubts about the Liberian company's ability to complete this job and do a diligent work. But here we are at this stage. We are done with the roofing and the ceiling job. We are doing what we call window dressing and installing the window glasses. These ones will have French design where the middle panels will open up if they want to open them up. But that's how it's designed. This is the mini student center building, like a student union building really, where students can come do research work, study, and all of that. The tiles are on the floor. Excuse the mess, it's a little bit dirty, but the floor has been tiled. These pillars will be dressed later. We have our ceiling up there already. The wires that you see coming down from the ceiling are going to be for our lights, and switches, and outlets. These pillars will have outlets on them, so students seated around these pillars can charge their laptops and their phones, etc. But this is the floor space. That is where the receptionist will be seated. And then here, so we came in from these two doors. So maybe, say for instance, this will be the entrance. You come, walk in, there will be a glass door here. This will be like a porch with a very high ceiling with a glass window above there. And the exit side is also the same thing, glass window above there with the door, exit door. But then here will be a big glass door. So let me just back up a little bit to show that this space between this wall and this pillar here is your exit glass door. And between that pillar and that wall is your entry glass door. But you will enter through these iron doors. And then this will be the porch space here, where students, maybe during the rainy season, will make some seats here. Students can sit here, maybe hang their coats, etc. But just hang out here also, right? While this glass door is shielding whatever conversations and little bit of noise that they be making here on the porch from the students in there. So there's a little hangout area on the porch. So high ceiling. Huge windows up there, both sides, huge window up there. And then when you get in, you walk in, on your immediate left over there is the receptionist desk. The rest of the space, the open space, and you only really go to the receptionist desk if you need to print out paper. But as you walk towards the receptionist desk, in this space here will be an indoor water fountain, and you can pass the receptionist area. Your first restroom here is a small restroom for meals. This is mostly for staff that will be working in this building, right? Because the restroom buildings are right behind that window, all the way out there, right? And then there's the female restroom, female here, male here. The floors are done. The toilets will be set in pretty shortly, but this is it. You see tall ceiling throughout. All in here is all tiled up. All in here is all tiled up. And then you come here to this right hand side is a small storage room for staff to keep supplies for the student center. And let's get back to the receptionist area. In this receptionist area will be a seat for the receptionist. Behind them will be a space there. Is that space for a printer and whatever else students can come and want to print some documents out for a small fee. The receptionist collects the fee. The receptionist comes and does the printing themselves and then give it to the students, right? And the student can pay a small fee. Those fees the university can use for the upkeep of this center. These rooms here are small study rooms. Again, high ceiling with a fan that will be up here, window out there, small closet space for a group of 5 students to sit here, study, and you have a door that will be a short door here that will allow air, the cool air from the AC to circulate all through here into this room, in addition to the fan that will be in this room. So there is 1, 2, 3 and 4. These are the rooms, cozy study rooms. The rest of the space is basically like this, and we have these ceilings, high ceilings, and open floor space that the university can design. These pillars will be designed and decorated with the outlets running down. There will be multiple outlets again running along these walls. The mats are already placed where we will have multiple outlets on the wall. These cross mats spaces are reserved for where we put the outlets. So this is the student center building. I'm going to walk to the back now. Here, the exit, the back of it, this huge space here between here will be a glass door, double glass door here. You walk out here, then you are in the back porch space where you can look out a little bit, you can hang out, stand here a little bit, talk, chat with your friends. You walk out these double doors, you are outside of the student center building. That is the entire nerve center of this park. We will have this thing we are building here is what is going to host the solar panels, and then underneath here we're going to make some gardens, so it'll be a little bit of agrovoltaics experiment that the university will be doing here. So what are behind these doors? Well, last time we told you about this space. The space behind these doors is the space reserved for batteries and inverter. So it's iron doors, and these iron doors, they're kind of flexible, they fold. These doors fold. You don't have to open the entire door, but they fold panel by panel. It's got a little design, but this is the space. This is where the batteries and inverter. Again, we are not going to probably use even a quarter of this space right now for the batteries and inverters we are going to bring here. We're going to use less than a quarter of this space, but this space is here for future expansion. And you can see the floor is beautifully tiled already. And then let's go to the next space here. There's a small storage room, and this is where we recycle and reuse broken tiles, because this is just meant as a storage room inside the water center. So that side is the power center, and this side is the water center. So this is the huge water center, and then we have a little room here they can keep our storage or whatever else they want to use it for. So let's go in here again. These doors are designed like this. You see the spaces up there allow for air to circulate in here, because this room is where all of the big poly tanks, the water tanks, will be sitting here on the floor. And we have, again, the floor is designed like this so that it has grip. It is rough. It's not somewhere where you want someone to walk in and just slip and fall. And so we reuse broken tiles here, guys. So this is all broken tiles. It's going to be poly tanks, water filters, and booster pumps. Those are the things that are going to be in here. A network of those water filters and poly tanks and booster pumps will be sitting in here. When time comes to do some washing of the poly tanks, we have drains that will let the water roll out of this building, go out there, so you don't need to worry about wiping the floor and basically squeezing towels outside. You just push the water into this drain here. They will all go out there, and the floor is meant to be rough like this, so to show that this is really an industrial room here, and it's all about water going to be in here. So it's tiled. It's got the facial board for the tiling done. We have our door panels. These are iron door panel, beautifully designed. And then we are going to basically make sure we have all of the right coatings for this. Open air there for ventilation. The design will come out. Once we are done, you see these grooves are meant to give it that stylish look. So those are the grooves there. That's the design. That's how it is done. These doors are made by my welding crew. We've already done the framework here to host the solar panels. Later we'll bring the channels and put the channels up when we are actually installing the solar panels. So we're done with the powerhouse. We're done with this building, the mini student center building. You can see the window frames are going on there, and that's the work the window guys are doing. The window bar design, I'll walk a little bit closer for you to see it. Window bars, I think they are beautiful. We put the window bars inside, right? and then we'll put the glass on the outside, because from the outside they want the window bars to interfere with the aesthetics of the building, so I put them on the inside. But still, I had to make sure that it's something that would look pleasant to look at, even though they are on the inside. So that's what we are doing. And those are the window crews doing all of the fabrications of the window materials right here. The crew is there. It's a little bit noisy over there, but you can see what he's doing. He's cutting all the aluminum pieces. He's going to install them right on site. That's what is happening. Now, this is the female restroom. We said we're going to do a great job here with the restroom to solve some of the restroom crisis here at the university. We have two restroom buildings. This is the female restroom building. That is the male restroom building. But we have a security booth. The security booth is strategically placed so that this large window will point directly in the front of the female restroom, so that when females are using this restroom, maybe during late hours of the night, they can feel secure, because the security will have a straight line of sight to the entrance of the female restroom. And again, you will notice how the restroom is built. There's a small booth attached to each of these restroom buildings. That booth is for the restroom attendant. We'll have someone or two persons or more here working to ensure that the restrooms are well taken care of. The students who come to use the restroom follow the rules of how you should be using and taking care of your own public restrooms. So it's another opportunity for a student job, and this is how beautifully designed these places are. So this is the door, for instance, it's the same door that the security booth has over there, but this is the aluminum door, clear glass here, so the person can see who comes and goes, and they can always monitor the usage of the restroom building. And they have large windows all around, and it's properly designed, proper aluminum and everything. Some of these windows already have glass. You can see the quality of the glass. It's not any cheap glass. You can see how freely this thing rolls up back and forth. They haven't put the locks yet. You'll see it'll slide and lock. People in there, and the screens will also be installed later. But on the outside windows, again, of the restroom, those are the individual toilets in there. Those are the windows of the individual toilets. They are barricaded with iron bars and glass over there to prevent any type of intrusion. Then inside the restroom itself, so let's go in here. We'll build a ramp here. Even the student center building that we come from, you didn't see any stairs, because we are going to build a ramp that will be accessible universally by anyone, so no one will feel singled out. We're not going to make separate, entryway for people who have disabilities versus, a separate entryway for people who do not. So it's universal access, easy access for everyone, regardless of your state. So you walk in here, this is where all of the hand washing and things will be done. On this sort of wall here will be your paper towels and paper tissues. Here is where the water activities are going to be happening. Each of these openings here will be where your faucets will be. Faucets here, 1, 2, 3, nothing here, 4, 5, 6 faucets here. And you come and wash your hands. All of that water rolls down and go into the big 4-inch pipe. Go in here, goes down under, and goes into the huge septic tank out there. So that is this. In the middle of this floor, we have a floor drain here for washing and cleaning. And then, so that's where you wash your hands. Where do you use the restroom? There's the restroom. You see how wide this space is, the walkway is, right? A line of 3 people can walk here. So if you see that about 6 feet wide, each of these tiles on the floor is 2 feet, right? It's 24 inches by 24 inches, 2 feet by 2 feet. And you can see there are 3 lines of these tiles here. 6 feet wide corridor. And then you come here, your first restroom. You see how huge it is? This is how the inside will look like once it's all finished. And this is the beginning of it. The toilet hasn't been installed here, but guess what's happening? Toilets are being installed. So these are the rooms here. These are the restrooms. This one already has a toilet here, and we'll do all of the things, the handrails and things that will assist people who have disabilities. So yeah, people with disabilities will have those. Sorry, I shouldn't be using the word handicap. People with disabilities. These are the other bathrooms here. The other bathrooms are here as well. They are all lined up here. So in this room here, we have 12 toilets. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This room is not a toilet. This room, we'll talk about this room. So let's skip that. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So when we designed this, it was supposed to carry 10 toilets for the university. But we decided to improvise and contribute extra 2. So we expanded the space and gave them extra 2 toilets, making it 12 without changing the budget. And then here is a small storage for the staff, like to keep cleaning materials here, right? Anything that they need to do some washing. In here, we'll have a pump out of this wall, right? We're cutting this tile. There will be a pump out of here so that they can pressure wash the entire bathroom when they need to, right? So all of the cleaning supplies and things will be a small storage room for this bathroom, and everything is tiled. So the entire bathroom here, we made it in such a way that we want the entire bathroom to be washable. So you wash the entire bathroom. The ceiling is also waterproof, by the way, so you can wash everything in here. And where does that water go? The water goes in the drain. You push the water, it comes into this drain, or it comes into the other drain here. This other drain here, right there is a drain where my foot is. There's a drain right there. It goes into that drain. Or if you're out here pushing water, you push water into that other flow drain. That's how the female restroom is designed. How about the guys' restroom? Let's go there. Let's go take a look. So the guys won't have security line of sight to their restroom entrance. Sorry guys, but so this is the outside of the men's restroom. Very similar to the other one, to the female restroom. The glass, some of the glass have already been installed here. So some of the glass windows have already been installed already. Again, this is the attendant booth for the men's side, and the men's side is the floor tiles are here. It's gorgeous. I love the men's restroom. Well, I'm a guy anyway, but I actually do really love this color combination. Here it is. We are putting the tiles, everything. We talked to you about already. We told you about here 3 faucets here, 3 faucets there, 6 faucets in total. And this is how it looks like so far. It's getting really clean. And when the female restroom is done, when it reaches the stage also, you'll see how clean and nice it looks like. This guy is already doing that flow drain over there. And these are the other ones. So let's go again and see. So similar shape. You come in here. First room on your left, much larger. Another room, second room, much larger. And this entire area is what makes it different. These are the urinal spots, right? So how many urinals we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th one that will be much lower to the floor. We will install this one to give people with disability or people with not so much height a chance to use it. So the drain, again, the flow drain here and over there, flow drains, but again, same thing. So in this case of the men's restroom, let's count the number of restrooms here. There's supposed to be 7. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? But then the extra 2 we added, 8, 9, because remember, for each of the restrooms we added 2 extra at no cost to the university. This was our way of contributing to this project. In here again is their storage room. As we said, the storage room for the men's restroom is like this. You come in here, it's all storage. You see that pump that we're going to install in the men's restroom. We're going to do the same thing that you see already cut out here in the wall for the men's restroom. It's going to be done in the female restroom so they can pressure wash this entire restroom similarly as the female restroom. So this is the work that we are doing here. This is all done by Xity Engineering Solutions. We are very transparent. We are very clear about how we work and what we do. We do professional work. You can see the tile layer, what is going over there. We are very So yeah, that's it. The doors here also install solid glass. Here, go close to it. You hit this glass. You tell the quality of glass work that is being done here. Everything is solid. The security booth is also really cute. Like he has like 360 degree view of the entire area. So security is right here. Counting here, big glass windows. Anyone who's done this work, you know the cost of these glass windows and the glass doors. So, but again, we're trying to deliver quality work here. So, as a security, when you're sitting here, notice how high this place is above the ground. That is your line of sight. That is your other line of sight. You see the entire front of the Student Center building. You see the back of the Student Center building. You see this side, you see the male restroom. You see also that side towards the engineering building, which is that way, right? To your back, you see that is the pathway between the administrative side of the campus, which is this way, and you will see students passing through that slit in the thing. There you go. There's a walkway here. It's a heavy traffic area where students walk from here towards the engineering and science complexes that way. So the security is seated in a very strategic position, once again, with the main goal of protecting our female students on this campus, right? So the counter user restroom, the security is seated here. You can see directly, see a line of sight. It gives them that sense of security. And they also have attendants seated in those booths, looking after the hygiene upkeep of that restroom. So yeah, so that's what we are doing here. This is the site so far. And when we started this, there were a lot of doubts about why was this given to Liberian companies to do. Listen, we know some of the stories that can justify or warrant some of those sentiments, but we came to change that narrative. And so far, we are doing a great job at it. So keep trusting us to do your work. We will deliver. Those are the two buildings, the bathroom buildings, the mini student center building. And that is the design we came up with and we are executing here. We have equipment, guys. We'll soon be doing landscaping. We'll do landscaping, but we got to do all of these window things. Close the windows, make sure no dust is entering the building, and we'll do the landscaping. And then after the landscaping, then we'll go ahead and start painting. By that time now, we are probably done most of the solar panel installation in the back there. And then we've ran some of the wires now to connect from the powerhouse to these buildings here. And we ran our water pipes and we are installing water tanks. So yeah, we are getting close, but yeah, there is still a lot of work to be done here. Massive amount of work to be done. But again, if you think about where we came from, for some of you who watched our initial videos, you can definitely tell that we've gone a long way and we've done a great job so far. So yeah, one funny story is that when we started this work, students would be passing here. They were walking past this place and they will start making statements like, why did they give this thing to a Liberian company? These guys are just going to eat this money and walk away. And I heard that and I laughed. And I laughed because it's just sad that this has happened maybe multiple times in the past, that these students have these, ideas, these notions that this is what Liberian companies do in general. You can't blame them. You can't blame the students for having that sentiment. Anyone would have sentiments like that if Liberian companies don't step up. Now, there have been other great Liberian companies, right? We're not the first responsible Liberian company, definitely. But it seems like we are just few and far in between. And there are a lot of, bad actors in the industry. But on the flip side, I also want to say that if we continue to reinforce that negative stereotypes about Liberian companies, then the good ones will not have opportunities like this. So we are super, super happy that we are given a chance to actually demonstrate that there are Liberian companies that can do great work, and they just need to be given the chance to do great work. So we actually did this with one of that reasons in mind. So this was an activist activity for us. So it didn't matter really what are the budget couldn't account for all of the things that we are going to do here. But we decided to actually step up, do this work, regardless of, the fact that it puts us in a red when it comes to our bottom line. But we are also doing something that is of great value to this country. This is the University of Liberia. We need to be able to, contribute to institutions like these, right? To contribute to nation building. So I guess our work here, yes, it is a business, but at the same time, there is an activism aspect of it that we shouldn't overlook. Potentially, maybe we'll get other contracts where we actually come out like in the black, but sometimes you have to come out in the red just because you have to do the right thing. This building, for instance, this student center building, we increased this building. Let me tell you something. This building, we increased it this way by 5 meters. 5 meters is 15 feet. Then we went ahead and increased the length again towards the back by another 5 meters, another 15 feet. But here is it though. So it's not 15 times 15. That's not how you do these increases. Actually, it's 15, it's this 15 feet this way, multiplied by the original depth of this building from this front to the back, plus the other 5 meters. That's exactly the amount of space, additional space we added to this building at no cost to the university. Those are some of the things that the context that others may not be aware of. Just to increase the size of this building so that we can at least host a larger number of students. This building alone is not even enough as a student center for this university campus, for this Pendle campus, but it's a start. And because this project is a pilot project, it will show us, both the naysayers and the believers, that if we do this on a bigger scale, we can definitely improve, significantly improve the experience, the campus experience of students. And this is how we demonstrate that. We build something this small, but it's nice, and then we see how it is being used and what difference it makes. And like that informs us about how we do the next one. To what capacity? How many people we want to host in the next one, right? But at least we had to do something and show the people. Because in Liberia, a lot of people talk, but nobody shows an example. Nobody demonstrates it. And this is what we are doing. We are experimenting. So even that bathroom, those bathroom buildings, right? They are a very good start. But the university will need bigger ones and also to replicate this on other campuses. So I have to stop talking now. I'm getting thirsty and tired. But that's the idea. We have to do something and just demonstrate that this can be done by Liberians for Liberians and with Liberian ingenuity and imagination. And that's what we are piloting here. Hopefully, when this thing is all lit up with lights, when we landscape this place, we have solar lights all throughout this park. And then we have in there bright lights for students to study. So we plant some trees, we plant some grass. As we said, we're experimenting a photovoltaic or agrovoltaic concept in the back there under the solar panels. The Agri College can also use that idea as another pilot initiative to start thinking about agrovoltaics, to introduce it in a curriculum and do other things. I think the US president is already thinking along those lines, right? So those are the things this project is going to stimulate at this university. It's going to stir up some great ideas, great ways of thinking about things, new ways of thinking, new things to implement. So we are super happy to be part of this and to make something here that will impress everyone and that will make everyone start to think bigger, much, much bigger than this. That is the goal. We should not be thinking at this level anymore. We've already done this. Well, we are almost near completion of doing this. The next things we should be thinking about should be much, much bigger than this. That's what we should be thinking about. If we're going to rebrand this university as a place to be, as a place for our young people to come to, right? even if there are other alternatives, like people should be attracted to those universities. To do that, you must imagine different than what is. You must build different than what is. So yeah, this is the start of that process. Thanks for watching. Keep following us at Xity Engineering Solutions.